Alright, welcome back. This is you beautiful souls. This is James, also known as the Ogre Zerg. And last where we left off with this series, Raphthalia had asked Izuku if he's okay. He seems a little angry, and Izuku broke down a little bit because he kind of explained a little bit about like his world, how things are different, and his concerns about maybe not seeing his family or his friends again. And when Izuku tells Raphthalia this, like, after what he said, if he can do anything in this world, he's going to do the one thing that he wants to do in this world is save her. It kind of like starts making her think even more that Izuku is a really good guy, and she is saddened at the fact that she was chosen over like other demi-humans in there, and she kind of like starts tearing up in front of Izuku, and Izuku's like, Raphthalia, are you okay? What's going on? And she just kind of like brushes her tears. It's like, I'm sorry, Master Midori. It's just I, I my parents are no longer here. And Izuku kind of like walks up to her and puts his hand on her head, kind of like ruffling, and be like, "It's okay. My problems are my own problems. If anything, I really would like you to train with me and to like fight with me, because yeah, I have all this power, but in my world, I wanted to become the #1 hero. That stands true in this world, but that'd be a little difficult because I can't train as effective. If I had someone else with me, it would make training go by a lot easier. And who knows? Maybe I'll figure out along the way, I'll figure out a way back to my own world." And so Izuku he is upset, but then like Raphthalia is still sniffling, and he's like, you know what? He kind of picks her up, and she's like, "Master Midoriya, did I do something wrong?" And he's like, "No, but it seems like you're a little tired and you're upset." So he puts her on his shoulders. And Raphthalia is kind of freaking out at this, and she doesn't quite comprehend what's going on. But basically, in Izuku's mind, after seeing her like this, it really does upset Izuku a little bit. He's like, man, Hero is supposed to give joy and hope to people. He's not supposed to be like bringing them sadness. So this toughens Deku up a little bit more and increases his resolve. So they're walking and everything, and then someone says, "What are you doing with that trash? Get that demi-human away out of here!" And then Izuku kind of just death glares at them and produces like one black tendril from Black Whip, and he's like, "What did you say?" And the reason why he did this, because as soon as like a person said this, Raphthalia kind of like tensed up and like grabbed onto him a little bit harder. And so he's like, and then Izuku's like, "Apologize now." And the passerby apologizes, like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you." "What is that? Shield Hero, I didn't mean to offend you. Please don't kill me." And like Izuku's like, whatever, just get out of my sight. And so Izuku is going through. One moment, I've got to check my notes for the last episode. Alright, sorry about that interruption. I had to go back and check videos, and I also had someone message me on Discord who I've gotten a few ideas from, and I'll bring them up at a later time. Talked with him for a little bit, and he's given me some good ideas. So, that being said, let's get back to our story. So, when we last left off, Raphthalia got accosted by like some passerby, and Izuku basically put the fucking fear of death in this dude. And like through him, and this occurrence where he saved people in the city from like criminals and stuff like that isn't like uncommon. Like more and more of the people of the city are starting to think like the blacksmith is, that maybe he's telling the truth, maybe not, but maybe he just made one like fucked up mistake and he really is trying to make up for it. Like the people that don't like consider him still like a not like necessarily a bad person, but someone that is, how do you say repentful, I think would be the best way to describe what these people think of him. Yeah, like they don't believe, they utterly believe that he's guilty, but they can see he's trying to make up for his mistake. Which does give him the respect of a few of the people in town. Like, most of the shopkeepers that he deals with now have like, respect and, like, kind of, sort of believe that the royal family is just is kind of fucked up, you know? And if you guys have watched the first season of Rise of the Shield Hero, you'll understand. Like, I can't even remember, like, I literally would have to write down the king's name and the princess's name and, like, really beat it into my head, because what they're called at the end of the season is what's stuck in my head to call those. So, that being said, let's get back into our story. Because of this, Raphthalia, like, really is like, wow, he's being so nice to me, and he's even sticking up for me. Like, I don't deserve that. I don't deserve this kindness. I'm a monster. I'm a demi-human. And so Izuku is heading to the herbalist shop to like turn in his bounty of like herbs and like the medicines that he was able to produce. And so he's getting to the herbalist shop and everything, and the herbalist shop is like, "Oh, it's the Shield Hero. What can I do for you today, Sir Shield Hero?" And this kind of shocks Izuku. He's like, "Why are you acting like that? I thought all you people hate my guts." And the herbalist is like, "Well, I've seen you around town, and when you came in here to sell the herbs and everything, I find myself a pretty good judge of character, and I honestly think that the royal family is trying to screw you over because of that whole 3 hero church thing. I've never been one particular for religion, so I take everything I hear with a grain of salt. Because, like, this guy is the equivalent of a modern day doctor in this universe, and he's kind of atheistic. He believes in all, like, these, like, there are powers and stuff in the world, but he doesn't think the Three Heroes Church is good. Like, he has suspicions about them. So that being said, the herbalist kind of tells Izuku this, and it's like, so you believe I didn't do that? And he's like, yeah, I honestly don't care. I honestly don't believe it, because from what I've been hearing around town and the medicines and stuff that you bring in here, doesn't seem like you're that type of person to do something like that. And Izuku's kind of like starting to cry and everything about this, because this is the sorry about that. This is the first person in this world that has explicitly said that they believe him and actually like meant it, you know. Because yeah, the blacksmith is friendly with him, but the blacksmith hasn't outright said that he totally believes that he's innocent. And the blacksmith has kind of said, like, honestly don't care if you did do it, but don't seem like the type of person that would. But the herbalist is saying that he doesn't believe the royal family and saying that it's a religion. And then Raphthalia kind of pipes up, like, is like this, Master Midoriya, are you okay? What upset you? And then, so this is when Izuku kind of takes in a deep breath, and he's like, I'm sorry, Raphthalia, it's been really hard here. And he looks at the herbalist and says, thank you, sir. I really needed to hear that. It's been really rough. I've basically been here on my own. I don't even know if I can return home. Like, I don't know if I'll ever see my friends, my family again, my mentors. And I don't even know if I will see someone else again. Like, I kind of liked her, and I may never ever get a chance now. And then Raphthalia is like, what were you accused of, Master Midoriya? And with a heavy heart, he explains to Raphthalia what had happened when he first arrived here and everything, and why he needed a slave comments with that, because Izuku doesn't agree with the whole concept of having a slave, just by the nature of him wanting to be a hero in his own universe. So she's shocked by this, and Izuku sees the shock on her face and is like, I guess you don't believe me either. And then Raphthalia is like, I'm sorry, Master Midoriya, it's not that, it's just, it's kind of hard for me to believe after how well you've treated me. And, like, what you're trying to do for me. Like, I don't know, I can't believe it. And this is when Raphthalia kind of, like, breaks down a little bit and says something my parents told me when I was younger, is the shield hero has always treated us damning humans with respect and has tried to help us out in the past. And I just I just can't believe someone would do that to someone like you. That's so kind. And Izuku kind of like starts sniffling again, and this is when like Raphthalia kind of like walks up to him and hugs his legs, saying, like, hugging him, and is like, I'm sorry, Master Midoriya, if you don't ever get back to your world, I don't have family. I want to stick by your side. And if you do end up leaving this world, at least I'll know that that I've helped you out and repaid your kindness. And Izuku kind of like hugs her, and he's like, thank you, Raphthalia. Today has just been, this past couple of weeks have just been really rough for me. And Izuku kneels down to her, and he tells her, I don't know if this will work, but I won't use this. And he like taps her chest, and he's like, matter of fact, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna get rid of this for you so that you can choose whatever you want to do in this world. But for now, we need to keep it there so that I can take you places that isn't available for demi-humans to enter. And Raphthalia wipes her tears and everything, and she's like, thank you, Master Midoriya. And she like hugs him around the neck, like doing this. And then the herbalist is like, see, this is why I don't believe those nasty rumors about you. And then Izuku's like, so what can I get for these and everything? And he's like, these are a little bit better than the last time. Hold on a minute. I gave you some pretty weak tools. How about this, Shield Hero? If you can bring me really good quality medicines, I'll give you a premium rate for them. Like, because the herbalist is a businessman, and like I said in in 0B, I believe. Yeah, 0B, I believe, is when I mentioned it. He came to the herbalist shop. Or it was 0A. Well, if I haven't mentioned it in another part, Izuku, through the couple of weeks before, the week before he got, Raphthalia and everything. Because he did spend time or the couple of days, the day before he got Raphthalia, he did visit the herbalist to, sell, the herbs and stuff. Because he remembered, the shop and everything, because of the same herbs. So, that being said, this is coming up on 2 minutes. Yeah, I got some time. And Izuku, basically says, well, the tools you gave me, they're kind of getting worn out now. And then the herbalist kind of pulls out a brand new set of tools and stuff for Izuku, and he's like, what is this for? And then the herbalist goes in and basically says, well, this is part of the agreement. If you agree to bring me high quality potions and stuff, I'll give you a premium rate for them. But consider this my investment in this. If you make sales or stuff to other vendors, just give me a cut of the profits that you make off of selling to others. But I would like to have an exclusive deal with you. And Izuku says, thank you. I don't know what to say. And the herbalist is like, you don't have to say anything, Shield Hero. You're here to fight the waves, and you're here to protect us. And from what I just heard you say to this young lady, you I have no doubt that you'll protect us from it. Even though, like, people spread bad rumors, you constantly help those that don't like you. And Izuku kind of smiles and he's like, yeah, that's what a hero does, you know? Help those that can't help themselves. So Izuku like gathers up like the coin that he got, which he got about. I would say he got like, and then the herbalist also gave him like 1 gold for the potions. And I'll change this because I'm going to look up what the conversion rates and stuff are for the currency in the Shield Hero. I can't exactly remember it, but I believe it's like 100. Or it could be like, or it could be 1,000. And then I would have to look. But I'm just for now, we'll say it's 1. Gives him a gold piece, and then he's like, well, I'll give you this. I'll give you 1 gold piece for like the entire thing. And Izuku's like, really? And they're just like, well, part of it's for like the herbs, but also another part of it, let's just say this is for to help you get started, because there are a few remnants that you're gonna have to like buy that you can't really get in the wild unless you make them yourself. And also, young Midoriya, here's this. It's an old book, but it does have some useful potion recipes in it. Nothing advanced, but like beginner stuff, you know? And Izuku like profusely thanks him, like bowing and everything, and they're just like, what are you doing, young man? And Izuku's like, oh, I'm sorry, it's just a custom in from my world, well, my country and my world. It's a sign of respect and gratitude, basically is what he explains it. So Raphthalia and Izuku, as Raphthalia and Izuku are leaving, he looks down at Raphthalia and he's like, you want to go break that little sword in of yours? And she's like, I'm still kind of scared. And then Izuku like puts his hand on her head and is like, you don't have to worry. Like, I'll be there and I'll make sure nothing happens to you. And she's like, thank you, Master. Well, I guess we can go. And so Izuku takes her out to like the balloon fields and everything, and he's sitting there every single time like they get near her and she's like backing up, like he just knocks them away with Black Whip, not like damaging them, but making sure like she doesn't get hurt. And then he just like grabs one and he's like, okay, so what you want, like, come on, just ram it. The first one's always the hardest, and I understand you've been through some things, but I'll help you out through this. Like I said before, I want, like, if I do find a way back to my world, it would make my mind easier if you knew how to take care of yourself. So Izuku basically spends like a couple of hours training her, and they gain a couple of levels, and Izuku notices that Raphthalia got a little bit bigger after a few levels. And this begins to make him think, it's like, oh, because unlike Naofumi in Rise of the Shield Hero, Izuku doesn't see Raphthalia as like his daughter. Like he sees her as someone that he wants, that needs to be protected, but also he's wanting her to grow. And this is kind of makes Izuku happy to see that she got a little bit bigger, but it makes him start thinking, because she did improve on her skills and stuff. Because Izuku's not dumb. He is, I would say he's actually smarter than Naofumi, honestly, even though Naofumi was in college. Just because of the nature of Izuku's world versus Naofumi's. Naofumi's world, from what I can tell from the series, like the first couple of chapters of the manga and like the first episode of the series, Naofumi is from a world that's happens during our time or somewhere in the near future, and Izuku's world would take place like a couple hundred years, like 100 to 200 years after Naofumi's world. So the general education and intelligence, like the general education in schools from their different worlds, would be a little different. So that being said, we get back to the story. Sorry about the tangent, but so Raphthalia is like kind of sweating and breathing hard, and Izuku walks up to her and he's like, "Okay, I guess that's enough for today." And he looks down at Raphthalia, and this is when he noticed like she'd gotten a little bit bigger. And he's like, "I guess we've got to get you new clothes." And she looks down, and she's like, I'm sorry, Master Midoriya. I'm sorry. It's just how us humans are. When we level up, once we reach a certain level, we basically become adults." And this is kind of shocking to Izuku. Because he's like, "Really? That's quite interesting." So he begins to think on their way back, and he does the same thing where he picks her up and like basically gives her a piggyback ride, but like putting her on her shoulder so she can sit. And he pulls out like a canteen, which is the best way to explain it, like basically a water bottle, and like hands it to her and it's like, "Here, drink this. It will make you feel better." And so they make their way back to town. And the balloons and stuff that do attack them on their way, Izuku kind of just takes them out with Black Whip and just not even bothering. So they gain a little bit more experience. So that being said, this is part 2 to this will be part 2 to what if Deku was the shield hero. And somebody did ask me, and have since deleted the whole conversation because it went over a little bit of a spoilers, and like explaining it, and I wanted to save it for this video. So basically, you take Izuku after he's been at UA for a whole year, and I think I've mentioned this in the first video. But basically, Izuku has had a training for an entire year at UA, and then he's also had influences so all the experiences he had with Katsuki, with Eri, with All Might, Sir Night Eye, and all that does take place. So in the last video, I did say he would use up to 20%. I meant to say 30% is what he knows his limit is, just so that he can have, because he's able to access between 20 and 30%. I'd have to look back on everything, but I'm fairly certain it was 25 or 30% when he unlocked Black Whip. With that being said, this video is going to be coming up on 30 minutes, even though the little timer you'll probably see says 24. I had to stop the video to listen to the last bit so I can continue the story in this one. So again, I will start working on the ideas and scripts for the first couple of episodes, and I will try to get them recorded So as soon as we hit 200 subs, I'll drop them. And that being said, I will get another one of these out, and I think I will get the next video in the leveling system. I believe that's what I'll do for the next 2 videos. So again, thank you all for all the likes, subs, and the comments, and a special shout out to a few of the other people that I've talked to in Discord. You guys know who you are, and I will incorporate the ideas that I discussed with you, and I'll shout you guys out in the video that I release them in. So that being said, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.